Alas,
Hey.
welcome back everyone. A new day, a new stream, a new adventure in the crypto craze that is going on. Wherever you are, whether you are on my private channel, Baby Goddess Baum, or on the Discord Syndicate, we are double streaming today. I don't know. Last minute decision. I kinda don't know what's really going on. I'm just here for the fun. Let's see. Let's see what we talk about.
Did we lose Elmire? Where's Elmire?
I don't know. He just vanished. Maybe he lost connection. The topics that I have set out for today in general that are cool and I would like to go through is
Who cares? Like,
here, Uniswap, Infura, Mark Cuban,
we look for him?
and I found a super old video that I knew existed. Ah, look, there it is. He's back. I found a super old video of Richard Hart in 2014, a rare unicorn video, an appearance of Richard Hart for all the people that are madly in love. Oh, look. Oh. Look who's there.
And Dorsey called it outro.
Ouch.
And out.
Good morning, everybody who stayed vigilant in these times and is still following us. Alan, Dorsey, Sandy Beach, Hexcellence, SE, Orion, Designated Driver, Dougie, what? Bougie Raccoon, The Pulse Tube, Black Pepper, John Bishop, Your Hexcellence. Yes, hello everyone. Where are you, Kinetics? What's happening with you? In the middle of nowhere.
I'm about to go into the gym.
How is he?
You are okay. So you guys are sending this to Discourse too, as well. Okay, Sandy was asking.
Yeah, Papa said he tweeted something out and that it needs to be streaming. I didn't plan for it, but he said we need to stream to DS2.
And also DJ Cryptomatic and kind of the discussion in the private chat that apparently Dustbomb didn't pay attention
you guys
to.
retweeted?
Nope.
Yep.
No, I did not. Nobody told me nothing.
Nobody has to tell you anything.
It's in the chat.
Okay.
Check the chat. So
we're off to the races, everyone. Welcome back to the show. We got a great one planned for you tonight. Planning.
We do.
Planning.
So,
oh yes.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys laying low for one day till we could talk. We got a lot we're gonna discuss tomorrow. So we'll tell you guys a lot more tomorrow. A lot of new developments in this, and we're more bullish on HEX than we ever have been, in the way of the community, in the way of this legal battle. So we'll share more with you guys tomorrow. We want to have a concerted, cohesive message to bring to the community, and then we're going to have a call to action for the community, because we are in a very, very good position. And so we just didn't want to talk a whole lot about it until first of all, we didn't want to upset and give the ire and more stink eyes from the SEC on us until we could get some clarification legally. But things are really good, guys. I wouldn't let this SEC FUD stop anybody. So there's more important things to worry about. Like
it's a validation. It's a chance to be validated once we come out on the other side of it, I imagine.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as easy as you think. That's the downside to this. That's why there's going to be a call to action, because the streamers, as they are giving over information, I think the SEC, because in a lot of cases, for a lot of streamers, that is probably going to be the right move for them, is to hand over subpoena documents. But they are not going to give clarification. There will not be a declaratory act, a declaratory statement from the SEC. They're going to still leave it analogous and very gray area. They will not provide that clarity. We believe that will be a different fight that will have to lead to that, and we're gonna tell you guys more about that tomorrow. So we'll let you guys know. We'll let you guys know, because we have a plan. We have a very cohesive and a very strategic way of moving forward with this, because I don't think Richard Hart's coming out to save any of you guys' bags. Sorry, hate to say that, but call to
Did we
action
ever?
soon.
We don't have any expectations of that anyway.
Announcement of
funny.
an announcement.
Yeah, so that was last Friday. I thought we were gonna last Friday I thought we were going to announce that to everybody, but then it ended up not being. So then it turned into an announcement of an announcement, because we got better and more information between now and then, and so, or since then. So we'll tell you a lot more. I just want to make sure that all of us that are participating are on the same page.
Right. And by tomorrow, you mean the FN Hangout, just for clarification.
Yes, the FN Hangout. Yep,
Okay.
the FN Hangout.
Ooh,
So
maybe I'll try to be there as well. Get there.
You're going to make me to stay awake until 4 a.m.
Yeah. We all
Listen,
Go to
I
bed.
already stayed up today until 4 a.m. reviewing the
morning.
interview that I had yesterday and going through each segment one by one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not bring that up
trying to
because I can't be held back. I can't hold back my true feelings about that interview, Dust
We
Bomb. If you
cannot
bring it up.
cannot not talk about it. It was a
Okay,
3-hour
you
interview.
asked for it.
And
What
look,
interview?
that is-
So I
Exactly.
What interview?
Save yourself.
Exactly.
Don't see it.
Well said. Well said.
Wait, no, where was it? Oh, there, here. Orion, I've got to say there was some excellent FUD on Tuesday's show.
Yeah. 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Predicated with the clear direction from Das Baum. Let's have a structured debate. Let's bring it in, because we have a 1 hour show. We wouldn't want 3 hours of where we go round and round in circles and repeat ourselves, would we?
No, it wasn't too many circles. We had
3
I
hours
think
worth.
The last
fucking
I would say
idiot.
the
Oh
last
my God.
half an hour or so were a few repetitions, but we didn't go in circles. It was constantly new topics, and I was trying to drill deep into it to really get the essence
Das Baum,
of what
you were
he was talking
outmatched by
about.
a retard, okay? You don't have the language or
I
the
don't-
understanding of a simple freaking legal term. Do you
I
know
do
what
not
wash
agree.
trading means? Wash
Yes,
trading.
I know.
Please define it now.
Listen, you need to let
That's
me
when
talk.
that's when
No,
the spin
please
cycle
define it.
on the washing
Please.
machine is going, right? The spin
Please
cycle,
define
is
it,
that the
Das Baum.
gentle,
And
or is
no
that
Google
full,
searching.
delicate?
No Google searching.
Okay, Papa, be muted. Listen, the only reason why I want to bring people on that, in your words, FUD and shout at HEX, is to get exposure to the ideas that they have. We as a community need to sharpen our saw and know what people are throwing at us. And sometimes that means just listening to other people of what they have to say. I did not make this video to batter someone down. I wanted to really get out the information from him and see the other viewpoint to really understand it. There is no
You gave
reason
a
for me.
platform to an absolutely sick brain individual child.
You need to stop interrupting, Papa, please.
But that's the way that Clay did it, and it worked on you. You got
No,
led
he
by
did
the
not
nose for
interrupt.
3 hours.
He did not interrupt me. I was listening to him.
Excuse
There
me?
is a
He
very
didn't
big
interrupt you.
difference.
Watch the video
Yeah.
again. Yes, you yielded to every question he had. He had 3 things to sling at you while you were sitting there on your
No,
keyboard
it was
Google
more like
searching.
20. It was more like 20. What I wanted was to have a deeper discussion and drill down of what the viewpoint of the other person was. I wanted
And what
to
did you
really
learn?
listen.
What did you learn?
A lot, actually. Yeah, I have a whole. I'm gonna bring it up.
Maybe you learned what wash trading was.
All
I
right.
know
You
what
could-
wash trading.
You could have shut him down in 10 seconds, and you're like,
like this. I could have shut
I'm
him
out.
down like this.
I'm out. I'm out. I got more
He's-
productive
he's
things to
kinetic.
do with my day. But I love you guys. I love all you in the chat. Love all
Cheers.
you on stream. Love you guys. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for
Fiat.
holding down the fort. You can go to full-time DS if you want. If you still want to stream too, your channel too, that's fine with me. It doesn't bother us at all. So we're cool with that. So don't feel obligated to. You do what you guys want. Okay? Appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to the rest of you guys.
gobble
for looking
gobble,
into it.
motherfucker.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks
happy
for joining
Thanksgiving.
us. I mean, So for everybody who missed it and didn't know, because of the legal stuff, I switched to my personal channel for 2 days, and you can watch the 2 like missing episodes there. One was a 3-hour interview, one was a normal stream, and this was specifically organized to just continue the show as it was until, like what Kinetic said, the legalese stuff was cleared out to protect Discourse Syndicate.
Back to your debate with this individual.
Yeah, let's go.
Before you
What is your
go
question?
go into the detail, I just want to say I'm 50-50 on this interview. For one, I think, given that you're not the native speaker, I think you did a good job, and it was a great training for you, I think, because I know that these things are not easy. When you go into an interview like this, you have something in your head how it might go, but that's not always how it goes. So I think it was a challenge. The downside of that interview is that you gave stage to somebody for 3 hours long, and give him the ability to spill out all the FUD he could come up with. And if somebody that is shaken in the community watches that, might have created more doubts with that person. So that's the pro and the con for me.
I think the problem is not really the FUD you were spewing, but how we could have simply stated a few things that made this point crumble.
Good point.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
That's what I felt.
Not...
There were a few things that, for instance, on one end, he was saying price doesn't matter for me, but then he was using that same argument, it's 95% down. So you either look at the price or you don't look at the price, right?
Yeah, and I did not want this. I wanted for him to feel safe, secure, be able to speak his mind and not be beaten down. I did not want a debate, and I stated this clearly in my goals in the beginning.
Then what did you want?
But the point was not to make it like we are trashing him. It would be he makes a statement, and we say, okay, based on what you said, this is wrong, this is right, this is assumption.
Look,
but he was inconsistent. He was playing Baum over the language side. For example, wash trading. If we start with that, he for once he accused wash trading, but then 20 minutes later he admired how much volume the centralized exchanges like Binance have.
He also said
when
that
we know that there is plenty of wash
volume.
trading that makes up this trading volume. So
and there's another problem with wash trading.
You crucify that. On the other hand, you say HEX sucks because it's not enough volume. So what do you want? You know, it's like inconsistent.
And another issue
just whatever fits his argument. He was
Das Baum, this demonstrates my point completely, is that you got stuck and gave huge pauses to this individual that was just flinging constantly just in different freaking tangents. He was throwing things at you while you were consciously and courteously, you're consciously and courteously giving pause to consider what he was doing, perhaps doing some translation in your heads. While you were formulating your answer, he hit you with something else. And out of courtesy, you started considering that, then you tried to reel him back into exactly the case in point, but you were unable to. And furthermore, you could have shut him down very easily with very poignant and concise, type of little truths, and the chat was trying to give them to you, but you refused to get support from the chat, which was a heartbreak. Markable and several others were there trying to give you the simple, concise answer you could use, and you could have used cues. Instead, he was making use of the chat.
Yeah.
And he was paying attention to it, but you, for whatever reason, chose to wing it, and unfortunately, again, because of the language barrier, you were on the back foot. That's what I saw. And I believe it was a debate because he brought it to the debate. You entered into this whole thing out of, good faith, saying, hey, let's exchange ideas. I'd like to hear your side. But he threw words like bullshit, and it's illegal, and it's against the law, and this is all coming down, it's going to zero. Everything he wanted to throw at you, he had a voice to throw at you with no fucking foundation. There was no meat behind anything he said. And it was your moment to say, that's an untruth, and here's why. Next. But instead you said, that's very interesting, and gave him a chance to sling something back at you. And that was the heartbreak for me. Excruciating that you didn't look at the chat, and people that were really, same people here that are in the chat now were watching that video, and I'm sure that they felt very frustrated because they could have helped you out, man. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I read the chat, and I consciously did not bring the chat in. I consciously, and I saw that proof was in the green room,
with
and he
English.
wanted to.
You should debate in German, perhaps.
Come on, we're trying our
hater
best.
in. Bring a German hater in.
We're trying our best. And Dasbaum debunked some of the points, but not all of the points. And maybe some of the crucial ones he didn't manage to, like the
He got you on wash trading because you just don't know the definition.
Wow, there is no way. There is no way. There is no other way. Mute. Okay, like, wow. Listen.
That's not cool, man. Don't do that to me again.
What I'm doing to you right now with the muting is the only chance for you to stop talking. While I'm trying to make a point. I did specifically not do this to the other person. I let you talk just now for like 2 or 3 minutes to bring up your point, and I was sitting there in silence. It's the same thing that I did for Clay. I gave him the courtesy, I was polite to him, and I accepted that whatever he said is his opinion and he can bring it up.
And yet you didn't use the mute switch on him. Which maybe you should have.
Can't you see what you're doing is just impossible to talk to?
Exactly like him.
But it shouldn't be between us. It shouldn't be this way between us. You should have the courtesy to listen to my point if you ask me a question. You're not doing that.
I didn't ask you a question.
Yes, you asked my opinion of why I was doing that and why I was presenting it in a way.
Yes, so
those are rhetorical questions.
I actually already forgot what you were asking.
I tell you what. Here's another thing, Dasbaum. This is just simple, and this is not your fault. Did you notice that Clay had this very interesting intonation? He spoke with an inclining intonation at the end, which to you, to the untrained ear, you believe that he's not finished making a statement, as if he still holds the floor. Let me give you an example. Your mother stole things from my house. I'm keeping the microphone open for myself, even though I've made my period at the end of my sentence and I made an accusation. You waited and gave him a pause to start another thing because he consciously was leaving the microphone open. It's a juvenile trick, and that's why people uptalk in the United States. It's something that we do if we don't have anything else to say. We talk very slowly and end in an upturning intonation, which leaves you waiting for something else to come. So again, I think that he was playing a very juvenile game with you that puts you again on the back foot in terms of an interview or an exchange of ideas.
I don't see the value in beating someone down who is coming on a stream that is very unfriendly to him. What I wanted from him was to have his mind open, and I did not want to create a very bad situation, negative situation for him to be, for example, on a 2-on-1. You said you should have used the chat, you should have ganged up on him with proof of BRT, you should have used all the power, all the reasons that we have, all the knowledge that we have to beat him down into submission. That's what I am getting from you.
That's not what he's saying.
Something that I did not want to do.
Just one.
I did not want to have a debate with him. I wanted him to bring his viewpoints on so that we as a community, that I as a person who is pro-HEX can dissect all the information, can use it then to see where am I missing something? What can I research more? Where am I having flaws? The Johari window analysis is what do I not know? What can I look into to have a better set of information afterwards to bring to other people? This is what my goal was with this.
And did you accomplish your goal?
Yes, I did an analysis for like 4 hours afterwards. Like, for example, I scattered down all the information, all the points that he brought up.
This is not German at all. Yes.
I got some feedback from some people. I have the chat, all the chat comments that were thrown in and were relevant to the point that he made, and I wanted to go further with this.
How are you proposing to go further with this? You tried this before. This is the same format with that two-parter of that schmuck that you led on to the Discourse Syndicate before. And where did that get us? It allowed him to make a more concise hate video immediately afterwards.
That's the downside of it. Do you remember his closing words, Dasbaum, where he said, oh yeah, you're one of the more respectable hexicans that I ever met, or something like this, which translates to me, oh, this was easy. I could leave all my shit here for 3 hours long. That's the downside of what you're trying to do.
This is coming from a sense that we have to win every time, and I don't see it that way. There is no reason to have this battle every time.
Team win.
It's not about the battle. It's from the point of view of a viewer, like any other that was watching the stream. You were not going into it as a debate, but he came into it as a debate. That's the first thing. So you were on two different perspectives. You wanted him to have a mind open, and you had your mind open. But he never even considered it, because when he entered, he had a definite goal, and his goal was to spew all the information that he considered or claimed to be true or fact, most of it which is not. And so you will never be able to have a conversation or a dialogue with someone in that state. Even if you were trying to have a conversation and have an open mind, he was never in that state. So you would never be able to reach your goal on that premise alone.
Yes.
And that's
fine.
I think our point.
You could have seen that when he showed the picture from
I'm not saying,
Nightly. That's the moment where you could have seen that.
I'm not saying we shouldn't try. What I'm saying is...
You mean the picture with the addresses?
Yes. Yeah. That's from a Nightly stream.
This is one of the points that I would like to go into, by the way. So I did go through that, and I have some assumptions and some new things that I found out that that I didn't have the knowledge for before, because I did not look at those addresses before. So yeah, so this is a positive thing that comes out for me. Let me go over some of the comments. So let's say what you're being read, it might be important stuff, comment. DJ is a nice person. Let's go over some of the possible rebuttals to play that could be used in future debates. That's a good one.
Yeah, let's educate Das Baum.
The FUD was nothing new. He just hated on Richard. Yeah, that was his very last conclusion at the end. He's okay with HEX. He said Richard Hart is the scam at the end. Maybe delist that video. No, I will not do such things.
So,
Bibikadas Baum, it took Clay 3 hours to admit that it's only Richard. Richard is his only problem, lol, cause HEX is fine. If you can't get what you want in the first 5 minutes, don't go for 3 hours. I wanted him to just talk. This was the whole idea. That was the goal setting in the beginning. No, I did it on my channel.
Yeah, I know what you did, but if your intention is just let him talk, visit his channel.
Know why bullies keep bullies? They never get punched in the mouth. Wow. Fuck his feelings. Okay. That's fine. Good job.
That should have been a super chat.
That's fine. We have good job. Have him inconsistent on video. That was the point that Elmeyer said, I believe, that he was jumping around and was and DJ as well
Yeah.
inconsistent with
he was off of his
either
Ritalin,
liquidity,
okay? He
either
was like
volume.
randomly throwing shit at you, and you just kept like, huh? What did you say? And then another one comes
Yeah,
out
because
random,
I
like,
wanted to drill down deeper.
but
So
he didn't
what
follow your
what
drilling. He fucking
I
started
know
a
it
new
was
hole
really
over
hard to
there.
stay on one point, and what I also
Because you
noticed
didn't
during
moderate
the stream
yourself.
is
Yeah, but it's
that
super
he would
easy
throw
though.
up
It's
one
not
idea
super difficult. It's not
and
your
then
first time.
connect it with the second idea, and the moment I talked about the first idea, he said,
Yes.
but he took out one phrase or one point and then connected it again to a new idea and
It's
to a
your
new
failure
idea.
to moderate. It's your failure to moderate. You can be polite and keep him on topic, right? But he took one phrase or one slip up that you have and he exploits it and drills down, and he was just leading you by the nose is what I would call it. He just
I don't
kept
see it
throwing
that
these
way.
things out.
I
don't-
know how to keep people at
We're
one
the
topic,
viewers.
but I
You're
did
the
not want to
subject.
do this with him. I wanted the free flow of his mind. I wanted him to be visible. This is something
Why?
that
But
you
he
do
came
not
with
get.
an agenda.
want-
He didn't
Yes.
come to have a conversation. He came with an agenda.
You were giving an
That's
olive
fine.
branch to a
I
guy with a
wanted
knife.
him to be visible in this way. Whatever he wanted to present, I wanted it to be visible and out there. Because this is what
Why?
Hexicans, this is what we as a community, we are being bombarded with this stuff. You need to know what you're bombarded with.
He's a Johnny come lately. All this FUD is ancient fucking history,
Ancient
Of
man.
course
shit.
it was old. The
You're
Reddit
stoking
thread
the
was from
embers.
like
You're giving the embers new life.
2020.
But we have so many
Like-
new people in the community. They don't need to hear this old shit that's already debunked.
Like
Maybe.
Well, I understand
I
that
think-
one
I think-
side.
yeah. So,
And I
yes.
understand that one side, and I am of the same opinion that a good discussion and debunking or trying to talk about the FUD that other people have is interesting and can lead to people better understanding the community and X itself and the ecosystem. But the problem is you need to have two parties that are willing and open to a fair discussion, which was not the case. And that's what we are basically saying, I believe. So it's not that we are not up for talking about things, is that we are not up to getting shit on by someone that was coming here specifically for the goal that's saying X is bad, Richard is bad, this is a scam. Which was
And by the way,
what I felt, basically.
Yes,
For the
we didn't
record-
try to learn.
For the
Yeah,
record, I'm
that
not.
point was
For the
awesome.
record, I'm not here to toot my own horn, but Elmeyer is an inspirational opening up of a conversation artist. On the voice chat, Elmeyer like kept me captivated in checking facts and learning as he went along, trying to listen to someone that was a true hater coming into our voice chat and fudding. So I would take a note from his book and listen to what he says carefully, Das Bomb, because he's the master.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a master.
No,
of
no,
something.
you wouldn't say, but I'm saying credit where credit is due. I've heard you take on people, welcome them where I would just lose my shit right after like 5 minutes. You're saying that's a good point, but did you consider this? And you settle them down and you hear their side. And it isn't a debate. It is an exchange of ideas. And you don't get led by the nose, like I said, that was Das Bomb's problem in this last 3-hour, dumpster fire.
Well, I have
think
an
that-
advantage because I'm used to
Crypto Weekly
tutoring
review.
kids. So
This is normal here. Watch more streams. We're not imploding.
yeah,
No,
I'm
no.
used to tutoring kids, so I'm used to.
See? Me too.
English is
Me too.
excellent.
So
I think the point is
We don't.
really
We
that
don't
he
all share.
came-
We don't all share the same opinions. Like Papa
No,
is
we
like
do.
what, 10 years older than me. He's a different. He has different life experience. He
10
sees
years.
things differently as me. We not always agree on the same things, but everybody's an individual. People can do whatever they want and have an opinion that they want.
Yeah, of course. So I think we all made our points. We are just going in circles. So let's go
Just
to the next part.
don't get angry, bros. Let the English do the English debates. Debate Germans, grow the German community. Well, fun
point.
fact, I'm not German either. So
Yeah,
what
but
am
you
I
speak
supposed
German
to do?
better than your English, I'm sure.
But then what? I'm never allowed to learn or improve myself, so I'm never allowed. Like that sounds really weird to me.
In
You want me
English,
to
it's
never
just
Yeah, no,
English.
that's
English.
not cool.
You want me to never improve. That's what it sounds like. To me.
No. If you want to improve your English, don't seek this very challenging environment in which to do it. Maybe take your comfort zone and use that as your foundation for welcoming others and hearing what they have to say negative about the things you
That
believe
was
in.
completely in my comfort zone.
But
I was
it
really
really
fine with
isn't.
understanding the words. I was listening
No.
to him. I was actively listening, by the way.
I'm sorry.
And
If that's what you believe, then I guess you're fine.
You were, but you
nothing-
didn't realize that he's coming with an agenda. You thought he's just coming for a chat, and that's probably what you agreed on before. But that's not the game that he was playing, unfortunately.
No, he came out knives out, man.
no, he wanted. I knew that he wanted to. That was his goal setting in the beginning. He wanted to show that HEX is a scam, and that those videos that he did before were about that as well. And then he tried to present the facts that that he had written up or prepared for that.
One
There were
question
many other
that
ones. Okay.
But he
that I would have-
presented them as
It's
facts.
not that deep.
one question that I would have asked is why this scam is taking so long to go down while all the others you called went up in smoke in 6
That-
months.
There are a few things that I could have asked and debunked on the spot, of course. Clay's only issue is being Richard makes everything he said in the previous 3 hours irrelevant, Papa. HEX is fine. I just don't like Richard Hart having all those tokens. It's like coping. Yeah, that was the outcome in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Clay
Does he
is
think
peak
Binance
debit.
is a scam? Binance Smart Chain and Binance token?
Armchair quarterbacks lose in real gameplay every time. On our chat, what? Oh, your chat is calling me stupid and a loser. Only one did, and it was Peter.
Yeah, not
Yes.
nobody really. I also went back and checked.
Nobody said
really
losers.
was saying that. Nobody. Not even
there was
Peter. He said something
Yeah,
else.
there was one.
I was
there
flinging some stuff because I just got so frustrated. I'm just like,
No, I checked.
Oh,
The comment that he
no.
read
The
was
chat
saying
okay.
wash trading means fake volume idiot, because he said multiple times that the wash trading was the liquidity part, and then the chat got super angry like multiple times, like wash trading is this and that and that, and he did not listen to that. I also tried to steer him away from the chat because I did not want the chat to rile him up too much.
but
But
what would
he-
be the
he
downside
wouldn't
to
stop
that?
reading.
He was
reading.
already riled
So that
up.
there is a free and
fleef?
open flow of information from him without being triggered. Like
He was
I think
triggered.
that-
He was
I think
off of
the
his
chat
Ritalin,
triggered him
man.
at
He
some
was
point.
really he was shotgunning all sorts of shit at you that didn't make any sense. Three at a
Bounce
time.
Way
And
is
every
more
time
likely to
every
change
time you went to your
Bitcoiners' understanding
keyboard,
of HEX.
you going to your keyboard like you were on one of our streams was hysterical because it gave him all this time to formulate his next point. You're like,
Yeah, because
and then
I
bang,
did,
he hits you with another
Listen.
one. What was that about?
Papa, you are still under the impression that I wanted to fight him. This is just
No,
not true at all. I did not want to counter
He was-
all his arguments.
No, he was talking, and you're like, are you just taking a dictation down? Is that what you were doing on the keyboard, or what?
No,
don't
I was
understand.
looking for some. No, I was looking for some. I don't know what specific point you meant, but for some of the parts, I was googling what he wanted me
yes.
to open or open a relevant website.
Then
that
tell
was
him to
having
shut the
the
fuck up while
information.
you do so. Say, I'm bringing it up now. What was the URL? Excellent. Here it comes. Keep the fucking ball in your hand. Don't just be like,
No,
drop it
no,
and go home.
Please understand, I did not want to have a restrictive situation for him. I did not want to strangle him, to limit him. I know that in a debate, if you really want to win, you do all the little tricks. You don't let other people talk. You don't stray away from a certain topic. You try to get one up. Like, I did not want to do this. And it's
So
also
you
what
did give him a platform then. You were giving him a platform. That was your purpose.
I let him talk. Yes, if that's what's giving him a platform, yes. And
Okay.
I think that it's okay to let other people talk and learn from it. Just like you cannot have just the right or just the left win. There needs to be some kind of discussion in between that allows for a resolution to go onwards.
I think education and enlightenment on some fronts is called for and makes things worthwhile when you have this type of guest. You want to concede to certain points that are tactical, and then you want to educate on the true facts that you believe in. And if you don't do that, then you're just giving a platform to FUD, unfounded FUD. And as long as you play by those rules and he doesn't, it becomes dangerous because it's a platform for him. It's clout chasing to the extreme. All of your hard work to your audience is accessible to him now. And that, I don't think, was your point.
I didn't even bring up that many points. I tried to drill down into his.
DJ Cryptomatic, help me out here, please. Maybe speak in German, he understands.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Speak in German.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably
we have.
good to have
I
such a
believe we have a
conversation in
different
private
understanding of
and
what
not
we wanted to do.
not
yeah,
have
that,
it in
that would be
public.
fine as well.
in front of our community, because that's then all
I think it's pretty
relevant
boring,
and-
probably for people.
Yes, yes.
and
Where are the
details
victims?
matter
Okay, so wait, hold on.
in that
If
case.
you asked a question, where are the victims? His answer was he already was asked that, and in case you didn't notice it, his answer was, I'm protecting the victims to come that I can see coming. I have conviction that I believe that they're coming, and it's my job from my past experience calling the scammers out that I'm saving the victims to come. And if Das Bomb provides supporting evidence after that, his answer is always, nope, no it isn't. That's it, that's it. That was the answer to the chat. Sorry, DJ Cryptomatic. That was just the chat that came up.
Another point that I also think is important is that you clearly saw the things that he got wrong. That was important for me. Like, you understand what happened, right?
Yeah, but we maybe understood, but other people might not.
Do you think he left convinced?
the old
Do you think he's a Hexican now?
No, and I did not have that at all in mind, and I did not want to convert him. That was not my goal at all. Set out in the beginning. There was no way, in no way or shape or form did I say that, oh, I want to bring you on the HEX side. I want you to understand it better. I wanted his perspective to draw out him, to see his side. This was the whole goal.
Normally, one would do this to expose your own shortcomings. And did you find those, or are you still convinced that you have none?
Yes,
Okay.
I found some.
But
I
also
learned-
remember,
I found
for
some.
myself.
but remember what triggered to talk to him in the first place was his last video, the SEC shutting HEX down. Like, you didn't cover this at all in that conversation, so that
Because he
would
did
have
not
been-
go that far into that. He brought it up a few times, but we didn't really drill into it too much.
because
you
that
have-
would have been an easy one to say this bullshit.
And you have to have the answers to shut down the accusations. You had plenty, but didn't use it. That's true. Yeah. Different clay. Is pure force hopes hope crypto. They do not deserve the stage, and if they get the stage, they need to be exposed. Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna do a follow-up video on my points on all his points. That's what the
This worked so well last time you did this.
Excel time.
This gave the guy ammunition to go find out other stuff. So that's great that you're expending all this energy doing this instead of doing things that would be more productive.
Look bad at Ehud. I said in chat, this stuff needs to be dispelled in real time, otherwise it stays in the internet as facts.
Correct.
Okay.
And Alan, by the way, congratulations on your stream the other
others are
day.
not
Well
attacking
done.
you. I didn't think they are. Does ask Clay if he did his homework and read the hex code. He didn't read the code, and the debate continued for some reason.
He said he
Yeah.
did. He said, yeah, I
He-
did.
He said he did, but he didn't.
Not completely. Well, kind
He
of.
didn't-
Just the
yeah.
first paragraph. I mean, line. I mean, syllable.
Was good to meet you. Banner stream file. Go to see cryptomatic. Clay's mind was Clay's mind was made up. Richard is a liar, the scammer, and Clay will cherry pick data to match the thesis. Yeah, I got the same sense from that.
Yes, that is a good observation, which you could
have
have done.
You could have thrown that in there. Could have thrown that in there.
Could have.
If you made that just a tad, like a little
swing and a miss,
seasoning on the, you know.
What the hell, mate? You did a great job of staying calm. Thank you. Making invisible and moderating, leading the iterations are
that is true. Like if the 5 of us would have been there, it would have been a disaster. We would have
not true.
Yeah,
the last
then
stream we had with him. Wait, the last stream we had with a hater was not bad.
As well. Like I did not want to gang up 2-on-1. That doesn't seem like a good thing.
That was a good call.
The chat was already.
You should have tested the temper of his thesis by inviting a panel of people on, not just 2-on-1. Should have been 5-on-1.
5-on-1.
5-on-1, and say, "What's up, dude? We're the guys that are out to get you. State your case. What's your problem?" And then he wouldn't have been so freaking agitated. Guaranteed he wouldn't have the balls to go crazy like that. He felt he was 1-on-1, man.
Thanks for the $5. Your comfort zone was not our comfort zone. Dude was armed to the teeth with dull blades, and now they stay online as facts.
Yes. Facts. Alan is a bright boy.
He presented those ideas as facts. That is, I guess, where we have the problem. He was like, I think this is wash trading here. What do you think? That was not how he said it. He said, this is crime committed here.
Yeah, that was
no
great.
question about it.
Especially
and that was with every point.
And I believe wash trading even assumes X is a security, which it's not the case.
And it assumes that wash trading is illegal in the crypto sphere, and there's no regulation yet.
And that it actually
Thank you, JFK, for the $5. The thing is that we have already given this dishonest hex fathers 3 hours to waste our time, and now we are spending yet another hour discussing this crap.
Okay, great. Well, we can cut it off at 41 minutes and 20 seconds.
Don't censor yourself. The victims are the people he scammed out of not investing hex and directing them to Harmony 1 instead.
Yes.
Thank you for the $2.
Because of a personal thing that is between him and Richard. Whatever that is.
The underlying goal should always be condemn them if they don't know about it.
I think he secretly loves Richard, and it's unrequited love.
Yeah.
It's okay if some people don't ever want to use hex. It's completely fine. Not everybody on Earth needs to use it.
And
Eric's used to bring
is totally
good FUD.
Optional.
Yeah, Eric brought some 30% FUD today as well. There was something in the Twitter space of people not wanting it to be what it is.
Eric should be ghosted from here on out. That's right. I said it.
I was
he
there.
Loves Richard
it was
so
awesome.
much.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you would have to say? Any other feedback?
You're a big poo-poo head.
We know that one pop is the worst. We know.
I think it's all said and done.
Okay, well, let's move on to the news.
Yes.
We got Richard Hart posting about IPs being collected by MetaMask and the Infura nodes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hooray.
Well,
And for how long have they been doing this already? That's what I want to know.
I think they have always done this because you need the information.
Why didn't anyone tell us?
Where is the post?
That's why I have 50,000 wallets. Good luck.
Yeah. No. Might want to.
Did you guys also hear about the developer of Tornado Cash? It was decided that he was going to stay 3 more months in prison until the actual court case due to flight risk.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, now if you are a swordsman or a sword maker or a knife maker, you might go to jail if someone uses our knives to kill someone. That's good to know. To all smiths.
It's not like that. It's only if you make swords that are used to harm the government. That's the catch here.
Hey, thank goodness there's no sword makers anymore, because we're in the 21st century. So.
In Portugal,
I wanted to make this joke at the beginning, Alan, but I forgot.
Game of Thrones.
I forgot, Alan. I wanted to be just 1 minute intro and then.
If a man makes a morning star and he has a glaive in the other hand and he has a vorpal blade +1, and then he kills somebody with it, will you go to jail? Oh. Good thing I have chainmail armor +3. Let me roll those 20-sided dice.
And a helmet. Infura, that name already. Infuriating.
Infuriating. This RPC is collecting apparently your IP. So then somebody else brought up a different point though, is that if you use the front end. Wait.
Just spit it out.
Yeah. So this was the other comment in the same thread. If people read our blog post instead of angry Twitter threads, they would realize Uniswap web app both does not track IP, actually prevents your IP from being tracked by third-party apps like Infura and TRM using a proxy server. First and foremost, we do not collect and store personal data such as first name, last name, blah, 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 and so on. So apparently it does not make a difference.
Yeah, but that's Uniswap.
But that's what we're using, right? So if you use Uniswap or if you use another front end like and another aggregator like 1inch, then they are in between the transactions anyway, and then your data is not stored.
But what if you just send from
what I understand, it's if you do your own transaction and sending from A to B, then this is locked. This is the only thing. So if you use a VPN, that also would not lock your actual IP and your data while doing that. And the fourth option would be to really go into MetaMask and change the RPC to someone that does not lock your IP. But then how do you find out which one does not lock your IP, right?
And what about
do you know anything? Do you know by any chance, Papa, which of the available RPCs do not do that?
I do not. This is all like, I read about this being I thought that it was being done like DJ Cryptomatic was saying, I thought this was being done from the beginning, and that's why we were kind of iffy about aggregate. Well, the aggregator was the better way to go, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this at all, and I have to look into it. Hell, I mean, don't you want to be using a VPN for this reason then?
VPN is always.
I kind of.
I mean, it can be
some things then
don't
work
though.
right.
That's a problem. I mean, look. VPN providers can provide a tap, or the ISP can provide a tap for all of your stuff and decrypt all of that tunnel anyway. So they're going to find out the IP if they want to.
Exchange at some point, all your data is leaked anyway to any government anyway, right? Isn't it all traceable enemy, and you don't need the IP data?
I think it's more of a worry. I mean, and again, I think it's just laziness. Truly, it can get. When you purchase on a centralized exchange, when you do one, when you expose all of your personal information on one on-ramp, you are traceable throughout unless you've mixed. That's it.
Yeah.
The entire way. And if you don't believe me, go to Coinly and put in your public address for one of your wallets, and go and take a look at exactly what they'd be able to see in a cursory overview of what you've been doing. It's extensive. It goes all the way from start to finish. Everything is viewable. The question is it absolutely fine-tuned accurate when it comes to DeFi? No. It gets a little bit wonky. And would that cause you to be a person of interest? Probably not. But you are doxed at the source on the on-ramp, and you expect to be because you're going back to Finance 1.0.
Yes.
Am I right, guys? I mean,
Yeah,
your bank
I
has
agree with
doxed
that.
you. Right.
I'm thinking the post of Richard Hart was more of what's the word? First principles. Like nothing should have been locked in the first place. Like the basics. But it's kind of hard to go back now on that because the TCP/IP protocol was never created with security and privacy in mind. In that
Wait,
regard.
PulseTube has a great point. His last thing, no, the last one.
The main problem is if a hacker
No,
gets
the
hold
last
of,
one, the next one.
imagine
This is perfect.
that
It will
database being
be.
leaked. Yeah, that's the
It
point that
will
Richard Hart
be.
made as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it will be. I mean, look at Equifax, right? All of our social security numbers and addresses and all of our personal information is already on the dark web. All Americans.
Yeah, the point is not that you could check that information if you're the government or if you provide some base layer of information, is who else can access that same information. And that's the problem when you store that kind of information in multiple third parties, right? You don't know which source will be leaked and to whom, right? That's the problem I see here.
Yeah, and it is a greater danger. You're right. The PulseTube is expanding this one step further. The IPs can be matched to other address database leaks. Absolutely 100%. Once you're doxed in one sense, it just cascades. And not just you, tens of groups, batches of tens of thousands can be, batch traced into some other leak and cross-checked. It's pretty
Can you
damn
put up
simple.
Dorsey's tweet?
And we are assuming it's a leak, right? It can be done on purpose. Someone just sells to a third party that then uses it directly to harm people. Right?
But that I think
Thanks,
too
Alan.
with the fix your shit tweet. But what's the point? Even if this is better on Pulse Chain, which I hope it is, still if you go via the EVM system and then you're also on Ethereum, that way you can then still be doxed.
Yeah,
I funded 2 wallets with BTC ATMs with no KYC and converted BTC to ETH and sent to fresh wallets. Wear a mask. The only time I'll ever say that.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But Alan,
That's some real
For the
psyop
success.
shit.
No,
Alan,
but it's
what
true.
did-
It's true. In ATMs, you can do that.
I just figured it out. The only thing that Alan can do with that money, rather than go to an off ramp and dox himself, is to give super chats to us.
Yeah.
So well done, Alan. You've found a use case.
Well, you can
Speaking
buy
of
houses
finding-
with BTC, but you KYC out your ass either way. So
Yeah.
Speaking of finding, look what I found. Blast from the past. Look who's there.
Oh my God! Look at that. And he's right across
So-
from Vitalik.
This is
Yeah.
It's not Vitalik.
It's
Bitcoin
isn't it?
2014
It looks like
conference interview with Marty Malmi. I'm gonna paste it in the chat for everybody.
That's not
So-
Vitalik. It's another vampire then.
This is a very old video where Richard Hart is at a Bitcoin convention in 2014, and I believe I found it like, I don't know, 2 years ago. I didn't have this video, but somebody in chat reminded me of what the video was, and he
pretty cool.
and I found it again. So this is the earliest sighting that we have for him in a cryptocurrency environment that I know of. If somebody has an earlier one, send it to me, DM me on TG. I'll say thanks. So let's have a look at that.
There's one question.
There is really no sense in
yeah,
having
that's
the
him.
sound. It's just you see him in the back, and
That's
then
him.
yeah,
That is him.
that's it. They're just talking with.
With
Look at those
tits
boobs.
as well.
Yeah. That's definitely Richard.
Boob flash.
I know those B cups anywhere.
That's amazing, though. Very cool. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. What is that?
Only one gin.
Pulse tube.
Proof of second chin.
Anyway.
Check out the pulsetube.com, best YouTube live stream aggregator site for the HEX community. Everybody should. I always have that open on a separate browser tab, 24/7.
And then the last cool news, I guess, is HEX Lambo on the UK TV.
Oh.
So, funnily enough, I cannot open it because I'm not in the UK, but somebody will probably find a way, or some UK people might want to copy the stream and have a smart cutout or something, post it on Twitter, post it on TG for everybody else. Top Gear Season 33, episode number 4 is where they show what happened with the Lambo races, and the HEX Lambo is in there as well in the show.
Wow.
So the hex.com on TV on Top Gear.
Nice.
Oh look, Sandy Beach has seen the episode, apparently. That was a funny episode. Oh, you have it? Only one. Okay, only the Lambo was only shown for 1.5 seconds. It's on my Twitter.
It's okay, as long as we can have a frame to grab.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Exactly.
Free advertisement. That one went a really long way, though, right? A really, really long way, and it's probably gonna be even more that comes out of it. Okay. And oh, one last point that was really cool as well is Mark Cuban follows Richard Hart on Twitter. If anyone missed that one.
Did he just follow him or what?
Yeah, like 2 days ago or something like that.
Fuck yeah. Hey, Mark Cuban, he mentioned that he had HEX in his wallet that somebody had sent him.
Really?
A
But
long
that was
time ago.
probably the 100.
It was the 500,
the 100
yeah.
HEX. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like nothing. Just because.
No,
Does
no,
that count as working, as like
No, no, no.
advertisement working?
No.
or-
He said I have a lot of things. I have HEX. Somebody gave it to me. I didn't buy it, but I have it. And he said that on. It was like that. It was mentioned in that amount of time. It wasn't just like I have a lot of shit coins that appear in my wallet and I won't name them. No, he's like I have HEX. So there you go.
I think Funding Jim retweeted this. I didn't make a. I didn't have a picture of that. Can I find it real quick? Can I find it? Oh no, K4K is the man who retweeted this. Let me bring it up. And then here we go. I can confirm that Mark Cuban, the billionaire, if you may have seen Shark Tank, is now following Richard Hart Win. And then we got the M. Cuban, founder of Micro Solutions, is now following Richard Hart Win from Big Tech Alerts. And he's also in there. Oh, it was a video, that's why. I do have it actually. Ah, there, I did save it.
4 years
So, yeah,
too late, Mark. But better late than never.
Oh.
He sold it at 35 cents. It's Vitalik. Who is Vitalik? DM'd you in the video.
Are you meowing?
Whose
Your
cat is having
excellence.
the fields?
It's my cat. He wants food, always food.
Mine are both.
Oh, the Top Gear.
Doesn't sound
Okay,
like
wait.
food.
No, it doesn't. It sounds
It
amorous.
sounds
Look
like
it up.
I need a
Sounds
male
like-
cat. Where is cat in heat?
I'm really upset that you know what that sounds like.
Well, I had to.
You
Oh, no.
you
I
need
hate
to
you
use Exo's methods with the Q-tips.
Yeah. God. God, I laughed so hard when he said that.
He made a meme. He
Oh,
made a
my
meme in his Twitter with the Q-tips. Was so funny. My God.
I hope it doesn't bring down the stream, but here we go. Thanks, Lambo. That was it.
That was it.
There you go.
That's it.
Yay.
It's not a good catch, but hey.
It's actually less than I thought it would be. But yeah.
Would have been nicer from the
Are you
sun,
sure that's
but-
the only time that we see him? Not even the hex.com? Huh. It's actually less than I thought it would be. In that case.
Meow. Your cat is annoyed as well.
Yeah, he wants food.
And it does.
He's on a diet. He still needs to lose like 300 grams.
It's a female, isn't it?
No, it's a male.
It's a male. Okay.
It's the food. Let's go.
Yeah, all right.
The only time. Okay. Then nothing burger, I guess. But I didn't see the footage before. I thought it was the whole car. Yes,
Also,
I think.
congrats one more time to Cabana Crypto for its 100th episode of the Happy Hour show last week on Friday. If you haven't seen that, it's a 5-hour-long spectacle where most of your favorite hex streamers had a little appearance there. So,
and to celebrate, I'll be giving away nothing because we don't give away shit.
Yeah, he didn't give away anything.
Yeah, I missed it, unfortunately.
I want to see what the community is like.
Morning,
That's a good show to watch.
and then I didn't show up. Very sad. I said sorry that I couldn't make it.
All right.
But what I can make is the outro. Peace out, everybody.